As the game progresses, you will gain access to increasingly powerful troops. Heavily armored knights, crossbowmen and men-at-arms will tend to form the core of your armies. However, you will still find use for lighter troops in a supporting role. Men-at-arms, for instance, are slow and heavy units with significant armor. They can easily defeat any lighter unit on the battlefield. Crossbowmen have a powerful ranged attack that makes quick work of light infantry and does additional damage to heavy units. If you are fielding an infantry force and see many crossbowmen in your enemy's army, retreat to preserve your force. Heavy melee cavalry, such as knights, repel most attacks and can charge at speed, inflicting heavy damage and throwing opponents into disarray. Here, the knights force the crossbowmen to engage unfavorably and quickly cut them down. However, as with regular horsemen, knights should steer away from enemy spearmen. In most battles, you will face armies comprised of many different unit types. Deploy a combined force of your own, choosing units that counter those of the enemy and look for opportunities to draw them in. Remember what you've learned here and add it to your arsenal of battle tactics. Your soldiers have spotted an army marching towards your village. The first group of attackers that will reach you is comprised of men-at-arms, but 5 more waves of enemies will soon follow. A force of enemy men-at-arms is approaching. Choose a group of units to counter them. Select one of the production buildings in the center of the village to deploy a group of units. Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Bereit für ein Ziel. Ein frisches Ziel, nachgeheizt. Marschieren. Laufe er. Ja. Verdammt, sie zerstören! Hochgott, Aufrüstung! Es sind Aufrüstung! Was sind Tiere? Aufrüstung! Armbrust nachgeheizt! Ein frisches Schütze, mehrere Armbrustschütze! Ein frisches Armbrust bereit! Durch! Armbrustschütze, bewege dich! Letzte Armbrust! Hätte was der Schütze, mehrere Armbrustschütze! Ja! Eine gute Armbrustschütze! Zille! Bereit! Verdienen! Gespannt und Maschinen! Armbrust bereit! Gespannt und durch!
Well done. You have defeated the men-at-arms. Now a group of enemy crossbowmen is coming from the south. Choose the right unit type to counter them before they reach the village.
Gebet mir geheißen, aufgesattelt und bereit. Komme zur Ordnung.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Ritere bereit. Ritere. Beste Geswindheit. Das wird getan.
Das wird getan.
Excellent. Your village is safe from the crossbowmen. A new wave of enemy knights is heading for your village. Produce a group of defenders to hold off the enemy.
Speerdragere, beweget u. Stellet u als soldaten voor.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Speerdragere, haltet faste und präsentiert. Speerdragere, vereven het speer.
You have shown that with the right strategy, even hardy knights can be defeated. The enemy is now attacking with two different types of units. Spearmen and crossbowmen are now approaching from the south. You can also field two different groups of units to defend your village. See this sparse forest near the road? You can use it to hide your units and ambush your enemies as they pass. Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Alle seid bereit. Wir marschieren.
Gebet mir Geheiße. Geheiß für diesen Gehauch hier Geheiße.
Kriegsknechte warten.
By using a combination of unit types, you have outmaneuvered the enemy. The enemy is sending men-at-arms and horsemen to attack your buildings. Select two different groups of units to defend against the attackers. The impassable cliffs next to the road allow your ranged units to fire down on enemies without opening themselves up to immediate counterattack. The natural choke point leading up to the cliffs is a good spot to position your infantry and protect your ranged units. Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Stay het stram, speerdragere. Kan verstaan. Stay het stram. Ja, verstaan. Speerdragere.
Bereite dich. Armbrust.
Speerdragere, vereven het speer.
Wir schießen. Schützen. Marschieren, Armbrustschütze! Berechnet war Aufgats, Armbrüste!
Speer ist gehocht!
Good work. The enemy raiders could not overcome your superior army. A final group of archers and knights are prepared to attack. Choose 2 types of units to defeat the enemy's final attack.
Moor, lass du
Ruhe! Auf mein Geheiß marschiert! Kommt zur Ordnung, Ritere. Gebet mir Geheiß. Sieht sie Riten.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Linker Fuß erst, Gesellen. Zieht aber. Speer sind nicht Schwere.
Gebet mir Gehäuse.
Mein Speer tragen. Verebenet Speer. Zieht aber. Speer sind nicht schwer. Moor, ich gehofft. Speer, linker Fuß erst. Speer tragari rechts.
Victory! You have defeated the enemy and secured your village.